Hey everyone, this is Gun from PlayStationalways, and I'm here to show you a helicopter tutorial to hopefully help you and your helicopter piloting. Well, the reason I actually decided to do this is because a lot of my friends have no idea how to fly the helicopter. So when I rely on them, I end up dying, and it's not too fun. So hopefully this video will be able to help you guys be better helicopter drivers and not suck like my friends. So as you guys probably already know, R2 and L2 are to raise and lower the height of the helicopter, and try to make sure you're not too low of an altitude, because it is pretty likely that you'll crash. And then we're going to start with the right analog stick for movement, and that does more significant and larger moves. So it mostly controls the nose of your airplane. So when you press the up button, it will lower your nose to make you go forwards, and when you press down, it'll do the opposite. It'll raise your nose, and then that'll make you shoot backwards. And then pressing right will turn your nose to face that direction. So if you turn to the right, then you will face further to the right. And the left is the same thing, but for the left side. And then on with the left analog stick. On the left analog stick, you can actually do more precise movements where you're mostly creeping. For example, if you press up, you're going to creep forwards, and it won't affect your altitude. And if you go press back, you will go back, of course very slowly. And then if you go to the right, you'll actually strafe, so you'll keep facing the same direction, but you'll be going to your right side, and left for the left side. So now I'm going to talk to you about some tips and tricks to help you become a better plane pilot. So pretty much, going as fast as you can is not always a good thing. The more you press forward on the right analog stick, the faster you'll go, but since your propellers will be facing forwards, it also means you'll dive, because you won't have the same amount of thrust to stay up. So if you press forward as hard as you can, you'll do a nosedive right into the ground, and that's almost impossible to recover from after you get to a certain point. The trick is that you need to just press up a bit, and then also press up on the left analog stick to give you that extra bit of forward motion. It's also important to check your altitude to make sure you're constantly pressing R2 and tapping it so that you don't get too low to the ground. And it's actually the same thing with using the right analog stick to go right and left in the same sense. For example, if you want to get an ideal turn, or you want to just sort of curve around a certain area, like maybe a building or part of an island, you need to make sure you get the good balance in between your right and left analog stick. But with your left analog stick, you want to usually move it in the opposite direction as you're moving your right analog stick, because that will make you turn quicker and have a smoother turn. And the last two things are: one, know your limit. When you're in a helicopter and it has really low health, be ready to jump out. Don't try to be the hero, because you know what, you just end up dead and it's not worth it. And finally, you need to know that piloting a helicopter isn't about you, it's about the people on your sides in the gunner positions, because they're the ones that are getting all the kills. So you need to make sure you're always either circling an area of enemies or an objective or something, or give them something to shoot at. As long as you always stay moving to avoid enemy gunshots and rockets, and that you make sure you don't crash, you should do fine as a pilot. And with a little practice, you'll own the sky. Hopefully this tutorial helps. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, and if you have any questions, don't be afraid to send me a message.